Well, good morning, ladies and gents. Welcome to Friday morning. It's the 5th of November, so it's firework night, Guy Fawkes night, whichever way you want to go. So yeah, it's been a cold morning this morning. We've had the first frost of the year. It's just about melted off now. I said just see a bit on grass. It wasn't very hard, but just enough. And we've been having a rainbow for the last half hour or so. I had one yesterday morning, funnily enough, as well. But there's some beautiful colours coming out at the moment. So we've got the beech hedge just over there that's changing from green to brown to golden. Even the horse chestnut right down there, the little one, right in the centre, has gone a bit brown. And we've got some spindle trees down by the river that are looking rather nice. So yeah, it's that time of year. Do like the autumn colours. So I'll just pop down here. For those who have been here for a while, you might remember this fence. So this is a fence that we put up winter time, well, springtime I suppose, beginning of the year, but we had to abandon it because we couldn't get any wire. So we use this X-fence stuff, but we couldn't get any wire, so we had to rail it up with a couple of extra rails for the time being. Now we've had the chance, we've had a delivery of wire, so we've managed to get them knocked off yesterday and the wire up. Except we've hit a little bit of a problem. So whilst all this rubbish has been going on, we've ordered some fencing, obviously. We've had a delivery of fencing, and the first bit of that fencing went onto the fencing we did near the boys' winter field, where I took the jump out. Pretty sure I showed you that. So we did that, just come down here, put the wire on yesterday, tried to put the rails on. Well, the first one was 2 inches short from the post. And I thought it was a bit, I know they're not exactly spot on, but I thought it was a bit strange. Put the second one on and it almost fell between the posts. So what we've had happen is basically all our fences around here are on 12-foot rails. So of course every post is either 6 foot apart. So a 12-foot rail spans between 3 posts. And go around. But what we realised when we actually started putting these rails on, right, watch me slip over on frost on this. You see my head falling in. Ooh. What we actually found was, granted the end's been taken off a little bit, but it's only had a chamfer off the end before we cut it at this one. But what we found is that much short. So for whatever reason, the people that supply us have now decided to go onto the metric system, which is a real pain in the ass because pretty much this whole estate is on 6-foot centres. So I think boss is going to ring up and find out what's happening. Alright, so we're back up in the yard, and I might have bought something else. That. So I've not unboxed it yet, as you can see. So if you give me 2 minutes, I'll get it unwrapped, and we'll have a look. Right, so that's it, unboxed. This is a Rock Machinery 25-ton PTO splitter. In fact, I think it's labelled up as well. There you go. So yeah, why have I bought this? Well, you've seen the hydro crack, which is down there. But because with the hydro crack you end up having to log the round or the ring, turn it into a ring before you split it. There's a lot of chainsaw work in that, and it's not the safest way of doing it. So that was one reason. And then also it's less force used by the person splitting as well. So with that one, when you get down to the end, you end up pretty much, if it's a bit stringy, pulling the log off from the round. So yeah, there's a bit of a fight on where you have to pull a bit of log off around. Whereas this should give a clean split through. It's actually got a metre long capacity. See, metre, kind of 3 foot. The ram goes up a bit further. So yeah, you can do a full billet with it, which means you then can line them all up like the Europeans do, leave them all winter to dry with a cover over the top, and they're constantly drying with a good airflow through. Whereas with logs piled up in a big pile, it doesn't always get into the centre to dry out, and you also got more space taken up and blah blah blah. So this is the way I like doing it. You've seen my saw bench. I basically billet them and then run them through the saw bench. So a quick look at it. We have got an armrest to put your splits into, just to hold them while you're splitting. Actually got a log lift, which is here. So this will allow you to roll the log in, that'll be flat on the ground, roll the log in and then lift it up, which saves trying to do it by yourself, use the machine to do it, which is quite nice. Because we're a health and safety jobby, we've got 2 handles, so that's one and that's the other. We may have some modification. So yeah, safety system on there, and then this raises up and locates into there. It's just squatted down so it's easy storage, and then chain to attach onto your log lift. You can actually leave it as another cradle like that if you want, if you're not using it as a log lift, or it goes onto there, and as the ram goes back up it lifts this arm up. So yeah, and then obviously PTO in, hydraulic pump, and then the oil's actually stored in this centre chamber, which is quite a good idea, to be honest. Might as well you make use of it. It should be pretty strong. Overall, I had a quick look around it. It doesn't seem too bad. Yeah, it's a Chinese job, but they're all going to be Chinese jobs. I did actually have one of these before. I'm pretty sure it was a rock one, but it was run off the hydraulics of the tractor when I had the black Mog. It did a smaller split than this. It was only a 16-ton split, and it only did like 3'2" or something. And 2'6", something like that. It was only small, and I wanted really metre long because it stacked better. But that seemed to work alright. It was just, you were down to the hydraulic power of your tractor, and then yeah, if you didn't have the power in the tractor hydraulics, it didn't work very well. Whereas this, you can pretty much put it on anything as long as it's got a PT on it and the right adapter. Quality of it doesn't look too bad. There is some interesting welding when I see other bits. Yeah, it looks like I might have had a go at that. Zoom in. I won't show you very well. But yeah, they're the only bits that kind of aren't great on it. There's a couple of bits down there as well, but overall it shouldn't be too bad. I don't know what I've been doing there, but one of the one thing that they could have done, that's a flower pot. It's just a flower pot they put on the end, which, to be fair, is probably better to put your hand in to get the PTO shaft on. But you know, yeah. So yeah, that's the majority of it. You can actually wheel it round, and there's this contraption that goes at the front, so you can lean it over and then push it around the yard. But I think I'll be mostly on PTO, on linkage anyway. So, but that's there, and it came with PTO shaft. So grand total of that, including delivery, was about 1,600 quid, which is cheap for what they are. If you go for a professional one, you're probably at about 5 grand for it. So fingers crossed this works. It shouldn't, I mean, if the pump goes wrong, you can drop a pump out and get a replacement pump. Even if they chop the linkage bit off and raise it, or whichever, it should work. So yeah, hopefully we'll get that fired up and see how it goes. We've got a few jobs to do today, so we'll see. But there she is.